I can't help but feel the human emotions of like despair, and I'm scared, and I just, it's hard to see past where I am right now. Hey y'all. So I'm having a really hard time, obviously. Being in the hospital is not easy. But it's just, I don't know. It's hard. And, you know, we're trying to close on our house and make this big life change, and I feel stuck, and I feel like I'm not making progress. Yesterday, I had the procedure to remove the infection on my leg. Now there's just like this hole like that big on my leg. It's not a big deal, but my doctor cultured it and it came back as MRSA, which is the same infection I fought relentlessly all of last year. Last year I had about 100 days inpatient. Not consecutive. I mean, the longest stay at one point I think was like 4 or 5 weeks. But altogether last year I had like roughly 100 days inpatient, and this year was off to such a great start, and I'm just feeling beaten down and discouraged. Last night I went into anaphylaxis. I was sleeping and I suddenly woke up and I could not inhale. I ran out there and I tried to find my nurse. My nurse, they just like, go back to your room, because they know I have my EpiPen at bedside, which my doctors ordered. Typically in this hospital you're not supposed to have any medications at your bedside, but because my anaphylaxis can like come on so fast and suddenly, even if they drop everything and go to get my rescue meds, like, it's safer if I have that option. So they were like, just go to your room and use your Epi if you needed to, and I needed to, and it was just a huge backtrack, and I'm frustrated and just I don't know, okay? We're doing everything right and things are still going wrong, and I know that is the nature of chronic illness. It's not fair, but I am so done with it, and I am frustrated and mad and just tired of fighting. But I mean, what other option do I have, right? So we're trying to decrease my need for my IV Benadryl, even though I do have IV Benadryl at home. So I'm okay going home if I still need to regularly take that. But the other IV medications, like the steroids and the pain medication, I need to be off of that before I go home. And the problem is, like, when I'm in a flare like this, I'm in so much pain, and if I get into too much pain, it'll cause a mast cell reaction. And we tried spacing it apart earlier, and it didn't go well. Thankfully, if y'all remember, earlier this year, my previous pain management doctor gave me an ultimatum. I had to choose between my liquid narcotic that I put through my feeding tube as needed for pain, or medical cannabis. She didn't support the use of both. And obviously I chose medical cannabis because it's benefited me so much and helped me get off my tube feeds. Unfortunately, the cannabis, I still haven't really found anything to help with my pain, but just being able to eat, like, that's a miracle in itself, so I'm not giving it up. But that meant I was without pain meds, and when I go home from the hospital, I know I'm gonna need some help with pain. And thankfully, my surgeon works with a physical medicine doctor here at this hospital, and he's agreed to see me on an outpatient basis, and he will give me that liquid narcotic as needed. I don't use it often. When I'm at my baseline, I guess, I'll use like 4 or 5 doses a week. It's not a lot, but it's what I need to be able to manage. But probably when I come out of the hospital, I might need a little bit more at first. But so, like, that's good, thankfully. I have a pain management doctor who's also, he is very pro cannabis as well, so that's taken care of. But like, And then I'm worried getting out of the hospital, the transition is always so difficult for me, and we're gonna be in a new house, which I'm excited for, but there's like the chaos and the unpacking and all the other things to arrange, and I have a lot of support. I have a strong faith. I know that God is walking through me with this, but I can't help but feel the human emotions of like despair, and I'm scared, and I just, it's hard to see past where I am right now. So, you know, aspire, strive, one day at a time. I'm telling myself all of the positive things, but I'm so beaten down, especially with that anaphylactic episode last night. So I was just updating y'all. Like, I'm in the hospital, I'm where I need to be, I'm doing what I need to be doing, but I still feel like I'm taking steps backwards, and it's scary, and I'm gonna completely shut everything out and just like focus on myself. So I won't be picking up the camera for a while. If y'all look at the dates on the vlog title compared to when I'm uploading, they're pretty delayed already. But I just wanted to let y'all know if I don't post for a while, that's why. So like I said, I'm dealing with a lot of pain, and a lot of the pain you can't see. Like the deep bone pain, you don't see that, but I definitely feel it. However, the swelling in my abdomen, that's a little more apparent. It's really uncomfortable and a lot of pressure. Painful. I've been dealing with that on and off since this flare started. Also, you know, it's Easter. I love Easter. Obviously, you know, I was planning to go to church and the festivities there, but I was also going to volunteer and run the photo booth for my church this year, and Harlow is going to wear bunny ears and was going to take pictures of her with the kids or families, and just being in here for like roughly 2 weeks, I feel like I'm missing a lot. I'm missing opportunities I wanted to do at church. I'm missing a lot with our house, and I don't know, it's hard, y'all, right? I'm being completely truthfully honest here. I'm not sugarcoating it. I am just telling y'all this sucks, and if you're in a similar situation, then take solace in the fact that you're not alone, right? Thank you for supporting me. Chud. He always calls at the right time, doesn't he? Hey babe. I love my husband. I told him, I was like, babe, you've taken on so much extra responsibility. Thank you. And he goes, it's just what you do for the people you love. He's a keeper. But, alright, y'all. I am putting away everything that might distract me from myself and recovering and getting out of here, at least for a few days. And again, thank you so much for the support. If you're also struggling, you are not alone. And I know I will get through this. Like, it's just when you're in the moment struggling so hard, it could be difficult to see the other side, but we got this. So with that, I'll say goodbye, and thanks for joining us on our adventure.